national educator.
How are you, my student? Today we are going to learn about chemistry and chemistry form 1. And our topic today is simple classification of substances. And we are going to learn about composition of matter and chemical symbols. By the end of the lesson, you are expected to have known at least 5 elements. And then you define an element, a molecule, and a compound, and then you state the symbols of common elements. Therefore, my student, today we want to start with element and compound. What's an element? We want to know the definition of an element. An element is a pure substance made up of only one type of atom. I repeat again, an element is a pure substance made up of only one type of atoms. E.g., example, if we have sulfur is an element, and therefore this sulfur has sulfur atoms. Therefore we have sulfur element and sulfur atoms. Therefore, what's an atom? An atom is the smallest particle of an element which can take part in a chemical reaction. A smallest particle of an element which can take part in a chemical reaction. Therefore, I have already said that sulfur is an element, and in that sulfur we have sulfur atoms. Therefore, we want to define a molecule. What's a molecule? A molecule is the smallest particle of an element or a compound which can exist separately. Smallest particle of an element or a compound which can exist separately. Example, if we take carbon dioxide is written as CO2. This is a molecule. It exists independently. In chemistry, we have the common elements that we learn in Form 1 and also in the entire chemistry subject. And therefore, those common elements are represented by what you call the chemical symbols. Therefore, each and every element in the periodic table is represented by what you are calling the chemical symbol. Instead of writing the whole word as sulfur in the periodic table, that sulfur is represented by letter S. And I was giving an example as sulfur, which is SULPHUR, has S as the first letter in that name. Therefore, our sulfur is represented by capital S. And note this, it's a capital S. If you write a small s, it just means something else. Therefore, the first letter can represent an element. Similarly, and also, a chemical symbol can also be represented by the first letter and another letter of the element's English name or Latin's name. I repeat again, a chemical symbol can also be represented by the first letter and another letter of the element's English name or Latin's name. E.g., for example, let's talk about chlorine. Chlorine, we can be able to see it is written as CHLORINE. And therefore, our chlorine can be represented by the first letter, that's C, and another letter in the name. And that other letter is L. Therefore, our chlorine can be represented by capital C and small l. Capital C, small l.